So several years ago, I'm sitting in the barbershop getting my hair cut. You know how when we get in, which I really need, but you know, in the barbershop, that's the place that you get some of the best conversations. If you want to find out anything that's going on in the community, you get it in the barbershop. So I'm in the chair, I'm getting cut up, and one of the barbers see me and he has a conversation for me that I think maybe will bless you guys, because I want to tear a page from the page of life and talk about something a lot of you will experience at some given point in life if you have aspirations for doing anything. So, kick it. The barber comes to me and he's like, hey, listen, man, I really need to talk to you because there was a conversation that happened with your name on it that kind of disturbed me. And what it was, he was listening to the radio station, and one of the men on the radio station saw some of the things that I was doing in the community. And as a result, he wanted to bring my name up as a topic of conversation. So the first thing he asked is, what do y'all think about that old Anthony Mitchell? And then another individual, another co-host, begins to talk very badly on my name because he doesn't understand what I'm trying to build, what I'm doing with the camps and everything else. And he began to speak very negatively on my name. Well, the barber was sharing this with me, not in the tone of being messy, but because there was a reality that because these people knew me, the medium of radio was probably not the best path that they could have taken to have spoken with me directly for understanding. So now the part that trips me out the most is, prior to all of this happening, I never really knew how these guys felt about me. So when I would see them out and about, you know, hey, it was nothing but love. It's always positive things. I see them, we shake hands, we greet, we hug, and they never address, hey, this is how we really feel. And I think that's sometimes what makes these things weird, is that people will go through the motions with you when they see you, but you'll never really know how they truly feel. But guess what? We ain't got no time to focus on that. You don't get paid by addressing the opinions of people. What I took away from that conversation was, there are going to be mutinies that take place. Mutiny is when you have somebody that maybe is uncomfortable with your gift. They're uncomfortable with your business. They're uncomfortable with your idea. These are people who sometimes they stand behind you like they're getting ready to push, but in reality, they're pulling. When mutinies occur, a lot of you guys see them, clicks form. People don't like this person, so instead of them having the right energy for approaching this head on, they'll secretly work behind a person's back to stop the momentum or flow. Well, something I took away from this experience, right, is that it's not my job to address everybody's own internal and personal conflicts that they have in regards to me in their minds. You're the same way. Whatever gift God has put in you, whatever energy, whatever business idea, once you begin to see it growing, sooner or later, you're going to have somebody that's going to sprinkle just a little bit of salt on what you're doing. It's inevitable. If what you have is worth fighting for, it's going to be fought against. So my nugget to you is maintain your standard of performance. Don't waste any energy addressing every individual scandal that comes with your name. If a person wants to be a hater, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Sometimes haters still have a capability of helping us to grow. Now, I'm a firm believer is that sometimes there's an ounce of truth to everything that's said. I heard a story. Something else you have to consider, right? Haters are sometimes your biggest blessings, because sometimes haters are so fixated on what you're doing that they have taken the time to critique every aspect of your journey, right? So check it. Listen to them sometimes. Take notes when you do hear things that people are saying. And instead of fighting the person, dissect the message. Think along the lines of, if there's any truth in what they're saying about me or what they're doing to stop my business, if I can foolproof this, if I can shore this up, this area of my business, this area of my creativity, this area of my vision board, this area of my creativity, this area of my life, guess what? Nobody else can come back and fight me in this area. They're only going to make you strong. They're coming. They happen. People are not always going to understand what you are pushing. But the reality is it blessing others? Is the service you're offering, what is it doing for other people? That's the reality. The only way someone can sink your successful ship is if you, I'm talking about you, take your eyes off the road ahead of you and you begin to put it on everybody in the crowd. Why do you think a symphony director turns his back to the crowd and directs the band? That's where your attention should be. Turn your back to all the noise behind you. Turn your back to every naysayer. Conduct your own symphony. Play for your own band. And at the end of the day, you will have success, because ultimately your standard of performance is what's causing your ship to be floating. It's what's giving the gas. It's what's keeping the momentum. So if you're looking around and it feels like maybe some things for you that have started fast or maybe growing, maybe people are talking, but guess what? Keep them guessing. Keep putting energy on keeping or maintaining your business, your book, your authorship, whatever you're working on, relationship. People are talking. Put energy in always keeping it new. Because as I always talk about, we live in a copycat league. Don't let people think they've caught on to what you're doing, because you're blessed. You're a treasure. You're a gift. You're an asset. And assets come with a price. How much does yours cost? Be blessed.